let's get started. I have some really exciting stuff today to talk about.
Good.
Eileen, can we look at as a group, can we look at your ad that you sent in?
You can. I just did it this morning, so it's probably full of errors, but I've got the video on there. This is my actor.
Yeah, I saw that.
What did you think of it?
He's a professional.
He is a professional, and I had him beef it up. The first time he did it, beautiful job. I kind of fell asleep on it. So the second time he amped up.
So this is only 2 takes from this guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So before we, can you guys see my screen?
Not very well.
Small.
Okay, hold on. How about now? Can you see it a little better now?
A little better.
A little better.
Okay. So here's the first thing that I want to mention to you guys. Eileen hired an actor, okay? So don't be intimidated when you see this video and be like, oh my God, I can never do this. You probably couldn't, because this guy's a professional, all right?
She's an actor?
Yeah, she got an actor. So if you guys want to have an actor run your ad, then you got to do exactly what Eileen did. I'm going to tell you something right now. It doesn't matter what part of the country you're in. If you put in Craigslist or if you run an ad somewhere looking for an actor, you'll find a million actors. Everyone is an actor that needs a job, okay? We know this.
That's what he said.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not that much. It's not that much at all. We've actually played with actors before. We were going to have this gal actually do some videos for us. It never worked out, but when we were going to do it, I was going to pay her like $150 an hour, and it only took an hour to do the video.
Wow.
So just, but then at the end I was like, you know what, I want to do the video, so I just did the video.
Well,
anyway.
You're good at it. You're good at it.
I've been doing it for a while. I didn't want to
wait a while.
Yeah, Eileen doesn't want to wait a while, which is great. So let's first look at her ad and let's look at her ad copy. So I see quite a bit of mistakes already, okay?
Okay, good.
So I'm going to be brutal on you, Eileen. Is that okay?
Yeah, this is the ad copy. Okay, I didn't even look at it this morning.
So,
okay.
Agents, stop chasing leads. See how I got 5 to 10 qualified buyer appointments every week, and then the link. You need a live link here.
I didn't know what that was, to tell you the truth. I couldn't figure out how do you link it there? Go to settings.
So this is where you put. Let's see if you've got this connected here. Hold on.
You need to use Bitly for this, Dan?
Nope, you don't.
Okay.
Okay, so your learn more button's not connected either. Okay. And maybe it's because of the way that I'm seeing the ad. If I hit show ad, let me see something real quick.
Yeah, I didn't get that on his video training. His Facebook training, he didn't address the ad. So
Okay,
I didn't.
Okay. So here's the ad. Hold on one second. All right, perfect. So this is the opt-in page. All right. What you need to do is you just need to copy this right here, this link, which you actually get a better link. Or no, this is the link you get from Kartra.
Yes.
That's where you put the link, is right here, guys.
Yeah, but where does it say? Oh, you mean you just type it in? I mean, you just copy and paste it?
Yes.
Oh, I assumed that there was a link on this, like normal.
No, you want to be able to have your prospects look at this ad.
Sure.
You just stop chasing leads. So see how I got 5 to 10 qualified buyer appointments every week.
Oh, the ad splash, of course.
And then there's the link. And the link is going to be right here. You guys can see my mouse, right?
Yes.
This is going to be this URL. Because you want to take them here. Okay?
And you just put the URL right there in the text? It doesn't have a link button?
That is the link. No, you don't have a button. You just put the live link right there.
And how does it show? Okay.
And it shows up as a live link. Literally, it's blue, and it's the long link.
Oh.
And Debbie asked, do we need to use Bitly? I don't use Bitly. I have the long link. Here's the reason why I have the long link. I have the long, ugly link, okay? It's a long, ugly link right here. I put it in there. The reason I put it in there is because I want them to know that it's a live link. It's huge. That's why we do it that way.
You just copy the link from your browser and place it in there.
Yep.
Oh.
And actually, you don't even have to copy it from your browser because when you're inside of Kartra and this page is made, they give you this link.
Yeah.
Now,
So either way.
I put it somewhere this morning. I must not have gotten
You
it
put
in there
down
right.
here. You put it right here and learn more,
Oh.
right.
which is good. That's the other place you're supposed to have it. Okay?
Okay.
Now, when I first got started in real estate, I was surprised that I had to spend so much time chasing leads. I thought I would be working with buyers and sellers, but instead I was always panicking. I was always panicked. Is it panicky? I was always panicky because I didn't know where my next deal was coming from. I don't like that word. I would change that word.
Which one?
Is that panicky? Is that what that word is right here?
Yes. I could say I would panic.
I think that's better. Yeah. I bought leads from Zillow and Realtor.com. Here's a bad problem here. Big mistake. Watch this.
It went to Realtor.com.
Yeah, you don't want to advertise Realtor.com, Eileen.
Ha!
It's a big no-no.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
So don't do that. Take that out.
The name.
What you need to, if you need to, what you can do is you can put Realtor, put a space.com, and then it won't be live.
Okay. Is Zillow's okay?
Zillow's okay. It's not
Okay.
live, but this is live. But they took forever to get a lead and a deal, and I had to follow up with 100 leads just to close one deal. I quickly learned that the lead is just a way to get me to spend money. I knew there had to be a better way. After searching and searching for a way to find clients that had a high chance of turning into dollars, I finally found my Stop Chasing Leads blueprint. Grab it now, it's free. And then again, the link is right here. You put the same link here as you put up here.
Did you actually place this on Facebook, Eileen?
Yes.
Yeah, this is live.
Wow, very good.
Buyers chasing me.
That's missing a word. Buyers are now chasing me.
Yep. I have more time and freedom in my day. I have quality buyers motivated, ready to buy. Don't think this is business as usual. It's not. This is a total crazy way to get buyers to come to you already excited and ready to buy, and it's all on your time frame. Here's the link right here. I would do grab it now again down here. I would tell them to grab it again and then put the link here. So maybe put grab it now right here.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, and then put the live link.
Okay.
I would take the Realtor Stop Chasing Leads off because this right here doesn't make any sense at this point.
Okay.
You've already said that.
All right.
Other than that, this ad copy is definitely gonna do well.
Okay, so I'm just going to hit publish right now.
All right, I want you guys to watch this video now. You guys ready for this guy?
You should be able to refresh and see it.
Warren, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
Okay, how about you, Debbie?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm jealous. I want to see this.
By the way, he did all 3 videos for 500.
That's not
Okay,
bad.
cool.
No, 150, and 100.
You guys might need to turn your audio up to listen to this, but let's check this out.
Buyer appointments that come. Hey agents, let me show you how I got 10 qualified buyer appointments that come to me every single month, and I do it with my Stop Chasing Leads blueprint. Click the link below and you'll get this blueprint now. It's only 3 steps and it shows you how to never chase leads again. Grab it now. It's free. Look, I got tired of those lead companies that always fill your inbox every single day with poor closing leads. You know what I mean. Imagine what it would be like and feel like to have appointments already booked by buyers when you wake up in the morning and on your schedule. See, this lets you plan your day and have a business that fits in your lifestyle. If you'd like to work this way, just click the link below and get my 3-step Stop Chasing Lead blueprint. Let's be clear. No one has the time these days to waste. So let me show you how to get qualified buyers that are ready and willing to work with you. I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? Look, when I first got started in real estate, I didn't really realize that it was about chasing leads all the time, constantly cold calling. I hate cold calling. Working open houses and doing other things that I hate to do. I just wanted to help people buy their next home. That's what I do best. I bought leads from Realtor.com, from Zillow, and look, 1 out of 5 sales out of 100 I would get. Now I figured it out, and I want you to have the same knowledge that I had and the lifestyle that I have, and have a friendly business too. Look, I now have time for my family, and I have the money to take vacations and also control my life. Now buyers are booked right in my calendar. So click the link below, and it'll show you a system to save time and energy and create stability and longevity in your business. You'll get 10 buyer appointments in your email box every single month. You'll get buyers that are ready and anxious to buy. Finally, you'll get more time with your family, and you'll have a lifestyle that you've always wanted. Because look, chasing leads is old school. My system is new school. Stop chasing leads now. Click on the link below and get my 3-step Stop Chasing Leads blueprint. Do it. What are you waiting for? Time is moving really quickly.
Beautiful.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, that's good. Couple things that I would rather see is, number one, I'd rather it be a little shorter, but that's okay. Right now it's
Hey agents,
it's 225, 227. So you can run this, Eileen, in Instagram as well. If you connect Instagram with your Facebook page, the problem though is they're going to cut the last 27 seconds of it. They only play 2 minutes.
Okay.
There's enough there that it probably will be effective, but it's going to cut off, you know. Instagram will only play 2-minute max videos. But I definitely like this. This looks really good. Okay. Next thing, we're going to go into, so now you've got these links. You got 1, 2, 3 links. You've taken this out right here. You've cleaned this up just a little bit. What's that?
Refresh it. It should be fixed. I'd like to see what it looks like.
So this is in my feed as a demo. Okay, yeah, so here it is.
Oh, you have to do see more. I see. Oh, it didn't work. I put the URL in there.
So sometimes it takes a little bit, and then the Realtor.com too. Get that out of there.
Okay.
Yeah. So when they click on one of these 3 live links, 1, 2, 3, or the 4th one right here, they're going to go to the opt-in page, which is right here. Now let's look at your opt-in page, Eileen. The Stop Chasing Leads blueprint. This looks great. You can see it. Everything looks good. Your colors match. See how I got 5 to 10 buyer appointments every single month with the Stop Chasing Leads blueprint. It's perfect. Really good. Let's see here.
That looks
Absolutely
so good,
perfect.
Eileen.
Those
Yeah.
aren't linked. They're not linked, of course, because I don't know where to put the. He's doing the email video now, so I didn't know where to put the free report.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do. Okay, and then this is your the wrong video for
Correct.
your other funnel. Okay. So I want you guys to just look at this real quick. This is a buyer. Is it okay if we talk about this, Eileen?
Yes, this is live.
This is a buyer funnel coaching page that Eileen has connected to her opt-in page right now. Okay. This is a different funnel. Eileen has this. This is an agent that she has, beautiful agent. She is she's doing the buyer funnel for Eileen and running that. Now, if you notice on her coaching call page here, your free gift, no down payment formula is being sent your inbox. Right now, I want you to book your free coaching session. Get professional advice you need to own your home with no down payment in the next 30 days. Very good ad congruency when it comes to her other funnel. Okay, I'm switching gears here. This is not her realtor funnel. If you notice, the call to action is very close. Now, if this was on a phone, this would be in the fold. Since we're on a computer screen and I'm on a, just so you guys know, I'm on a TV screen, my view looks a little different. I never worry about optimizing to be inside the fold on a computer screen, but I make sure on a phone that it's optimized, okay? These websites in Kartra, they'll give you different looks, okay? The thing is, they'll let you optimize for a mobile view, and they'll let you optimize for a computer screen view, a TV view. The thing is, though, it looks a little different. Like you'll have to decide, do I want it in the fold on the phone or want it in the fold on the computer? My answer is you want it on the phone, because more people are going to be on the phone than the computer clicking on your ad, if that makes sense. Now, if we were to click right here for this button, yes, I want my free coaching, they're going to go into starting what we call a survey. They're going to start scheduling. So they hit schedule now, which I know this is live, so I'm not going to complete this, okay? They're going to go and they're going to go, okay, today, this is how her scheduling page looks. They can pick one of these times. Once they pick one of these times, we have them put their name and email address and phone number in again. Here's the reason why we do this. We want them to put their information in again because we want them to do some work. We want them to do a little bit of work, but we want them to do work. And then we're going to ask them questions. Look right here. How is your credit score? It's required. They got to answer it. If they put 640 or less, then we know we've got a little bit of a problem up front. Select all that apply regarding work history. Check this out. We know exactly what our work history situation is. Current living situation. We want them to say that they're renting one more time. We want to beat that horse over and over again. They're renting and they want to buy a house. They're renting and they want to buy a house. How long have you wanted to purchase a home? This is a psychological question. Why? Because we want someone to say, I've wanted to buy a house for over 3 years. Great. Because that's the first thing you could say when you talk to them on the phone. Have you owned a home in the last 3 years? No, I want them to say no. I want them to say I'm renting. I want them to say I've wanted to buy a house for 3 years, and I want them to say that they haven't owned a house in the last 3 years. I want them to say all of those answers, because what's happening is I'm putting them in a psychological space that I want them to be in. I want them to go and admit that they're renters over and over and over again, and they want to buy a house. Because when you do this, they're going to show up. They're going to show up. This is how you get people to show up. You're actually giving them work to do. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how important is it to you to become a homeowner? They should be putting a 10 right here. And then they hit confirm booking. I'm not going to do it because it's live. Plus, it won't let me because I've got to fill all these in that are required. But then it would go and then it would confirm the booking. And then from there, the system would send them emails. It would send them all the stuff to remind them about the booking. And then I want to go one step further. And I went from ad all the way through for you guys. And I'm glad that we were able to do this because I really want you guys to see how this looks. Okay. Once they hit confirm booking, then the agent that's on this booking, Tracy, is going to get an email. The email is going to tell her all of the answers to these questions. All of these answers. So she's going to know what the credit score is. She's going to know how long they've been at work. She's going to know their current living situation, how long they've wanted to purchase. Have they ever owned a house in the last 3 years? Their scale from 1 to 10. She's going to know all that stuff. Don't you guys believe that that's very powerful when you know everything about this, when someone shows up, like, Debbie, I want to hear from you. Like, how powerful do you think that is when you know a lot about someone that's showing up on a call for you?
So I think it's pretty powerful because you have all the information right in front of you. Now,
Yeah,
I had to, I'm sorry, I had to mute myself. My husband was leaving. But is this yours or is this Eileen's, Dan?
this is Eileen's.
Ah, very good,
Yeah,
Eileen.
this is Eileen's. Yeah. Yeah,
I
this
thought
is
it was
Eileen.
yours. I'm like, oh, it was done so well.
Yeah, this is the housing mentor. This is Eileen right here. Now,
Oh,
if you notice something else, now again, we switch gears. We saw the front part of her realtor funnel, and then we're seeing the back part of her buyer funnel. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm
yeah, I
very
saw
specific
that.
to you guys. Okay, understand that. Warren, are you on the same page with us on that?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
And
beautiful.
I guess I was a little bit surprised at how many questions you had there, but I
Yeah.
see them for all of them.
So do you need to do questions like that pretty much for whatever you're doing on your ad, correct?
Yep. Sellers, you ask the same kind of questions. You just don't. They're not the same questions, but they're the same kind of questions. Like the scale from 1 to 10 is always a good question.
Right.
How motivated are you to sell and move into a new home on a scale from 1 to 10? You want to know that. They
Right.
say 1. Sometimes I send a text. If someone answers, okay, so just so you guys know, I have a coaching team that takes a lot of my calls for realtors, okay? If someone answers a 4, I instruct my team to send them a text message and say, I noticed that your level of commitment's only a 4 to generate more business. Why is that? Is this not important to you? I want to have the conversation before we get on the phone.
Right.
You know, and pre-qualify them. I don't want people jumping on a call for an hour or an hour and a half with myself or one of my team members without knowing this stuff. Another good question, depending on your funnel for a seller, is asking the question, you know, are you looking to upgrade or downgrade on your home? And what happens is you get them to start thinking, and you want them to start thinking, and that's what these questions are doing, is you're actually getting them to think. You're getting them to commit to whatever it is that they want. So when they show up to the call, you have all these answers, and you got a lot of your work done.
Right.
And then the other part of this, Debbie, and everybody, I really want you to hear is that when you do this work and you have them answer these questions, this is what gets them to show up. I can't say that enough. Without a questionnaire, they won't show up as much because they didn't spend time. You want them to spend time. So anybody have any questions on what we've went over so far?
I do as kind of a question about what you've gone over so far, but I was trying to set up a new Facebook account and all the emails and stuff, and it's not letting me because I have my email and my phone number already in my business account. I don't have another phone number or email. I mean, I could do another email, obviously, but
Yeah.
How did you guys do it? Did you have a whole new thing you had to put together, Eileen, or did you start from?
You're muted, Eileen.
Just a page.
Just a
Eileen
page?
just did a page.
Yeah.
Did you is it aligned with your Facebook page now? Your personal Facebook page or your business page?
Well, if anybody clicks on it, they see the business page. They don't see my personal.
But
I've
yeah,
got about-
hers is connected to her personal page.
Yeah.
And that's,
We can do that?
you can do that, Debbie. The one thing is, and I'm going to say this to everybody, you have to be very careful if you do it that way because Facebook might catch you as a realtor.
Exactly.
And that's when, if they keep doing that over and over and over again, you need to have a new phone number, email address, and build a completely new page.
Okay. Because I was trying to do that this weekend and stuff, and I just like, well, it wouldn't let me, so
Yeah.
I may
Can't
have
do
to
it on the
use
same-
my husband's number.
And do it on the same cell phone number, you know? And you
Right.
don't have to have a cell phone number to open up a Facebook page. You can use a landline.
I don't have a landline. I just canceled it.
I don't either. I have an office phone here that I like literally use once a week at the most. And that's because I'm like on hold and I put it on speaker and,
Right.
you know, let it go in the background.
I
Any
have
other
an idea.
What's that?
Get a VoIP number. You could just buy an online internet phone number and just use that, and you can have that internet phone number forward to your cell phone, so it blocks your number.
Where do you find that at?
Online.
Yep.
Various companies has one.
Ring Central.
Yeah. Ring Central.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that. Get a VoIP number, have it forward
Or
to your phone.
1-800 has it, but we don't want a 1-800 number, do we?
No, don't get a 1-800 number. I don't think Facebook, I've never tried that, but I don't think they'll let you do that. You got to have a regular number.
So Dan, are you saying we should have on a different account?
It depends if you can get through running custom audiences the way that you have it, being the mentor, being the coach. So you got to test it and see.
Ew, that's a
Yeah.
lot of work.
It is. It is. Once it's set up, though, it's done and it works and it's running.
What's your experience?
My experience is if you do it correctly, you can get it in the same account. That's my experience. It's hard though. You've got to go through it. So, and like I keep telling you guys, we still have to argue with Facebook every time we run an ad.
Really?
But it's just, yeah, it's part of our process though. We know that we have to do it and we do it. And we win 90% of the time. 10% of our ads don't run. And 10% of the ads that don't run, we will change them a little bit, duplicate them and run them again, and then they run.
Huh.
So why not just have a new account so you don't have to go through that?
Yeah.
You can do that too. And I have a lot going on, guys. I have other accounts that are completely not attached to my personal one too. But the one that I'm running right now, the main realtor one, it's attached to my personal name.
Sorry, if you had it to do over again, would you put it on a separate account?
No.
Why?
I would do it how it would work. I would do it first the way you're doing it, Eileen. If it doesn't work, I'd build a separate account.
What's the disadvantage of building a separate account?
It's not on my cell phone. That's a disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
I can't look at it on my cell phone. Here's something that you guys got to realize. You'll get some negative people that will write negative comments. Eileen, especially with your realtor funnel, you'll get negative people. You got to delete those comments. So it's either you or someone on your team. They got to be looking at those on a daily basis. Depending on how much ad spend you're spending, we have people on my team that delete comments on a twice and 3 times a day basis, because the comments are usually negative. We don't usually get positive comments. Why? Because here's the thing. The offer is so good to realtors that I have that many realtors, they're scared of it. They're like, that doesn't make sense. There's no way that'll work. And then they comment because they feel better of being, what we call a hater versus someone that's a doer. And that's just something that happens. So that would be the only disadvantage I could give you, Eileen, on that.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's completely up to you on how you set it up. I'm going to move on. Lori, is it okay if we look at your funnel?
Which one?
So I have the one up that is the.
Are you talking about the one that I've been working on this whole time, and not the current one that I just sent you yesterday?
Yeah, I think this is the one you've been working on. Can we look at that one?
Yeah, you can look at it, but I'm working on getting you the live link on my new one right now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Then you know what? Let's work on that. Get that to me. I'm going to get into the content I wanted to go over today, and then we'll end with that. Okay. So here's the content that I wanted to go over with you guys today, which is closing. This is my favorite. This is my favorite, absolute favorite thing to talk about is closing. Okay. If you guys cannot close, you're not going to have the success that you want. I don't care how many, and I'm talking like elementary level right now. And the reason I'm doing this is because I really want to go back to the beginning with this. Okay. And really talk about how you have to understand, if you're not willing or able to actually close the transactions and get people to commit to work with you when you're on the phone with them, all of this is a waste of time. And the reason that I'm so 360 degrees on all this, like I'm giving you the full package here, because if you don't have your closing skills up to par, you're not going to be able to make success in real estate and whatever you're doing. Here's something else that I want to mention. And this is for, some of the agents that are on the call today that have experience. I've been closing over the phone for 20 years. All right. I can always get better. I'm really, really good. I can always get better. So if you're the agent sitting there going, I've got experience, I know you do.
Oh, whoops.
But at the same time, you can always get better. Always get better. You can always raise the chances, or raise your conversion level, or raise the odds of you closing deals, always. Warren, even in the car business, you can always be better at closing, can't you? Like you're never the best salesperson in the car business in the universe, and you can never get better, right? Like there's always room to grow.
You can always get better.
Yeah, always get better. So Warren, I wish, sometimes I wish I'd sell cars, because I could sell cars the way that I'm going to teach you guys right now better than a lot of people. And the reason why is because it's an emotional conversation that you have. When people buy cars, when people buy houses, when people buy anything that is of value, it's an emotional purchase. And in the car business, they do the emotional game and the emotional purchase like pros. Why? What do? They get you to drive the car. What happens when you drive the car? You have your hands on the steering wheel. You're driving it. You're hitting the blinker. You're looking in the mirror. You're turning left. You feel yourself, and you're inside the car driving it. What do realtors do? They open the front door. Go ahead and walk in. Check out this master bedroom. And if you're smart as a realtor, could you imagine waking up to this beautiful sunrise? Look at how big these windows are as they open the shades. And they start getting you to feel you living there in that space. It's an emotional thing. Same thing when people are making decisions. When someone's making a decision, especially about real estate, it's emotional. So you need to play the emotional game. So the first thing that I want everyone to write down, and this is the most important part of the content that I want everyone to write down, is write down this question. What is most important to you and your family about this upcoming move? I'll say it again. What's most important to you and your family about this upcoming move? That right there is how you close, is you start with that. If you start with that, people know you care. Now, as I go through this, you guys, because I've talked to every single person in this group personally at some level to get you in here. You had to go through me to be able to get into this class, not just my sales team. So with that said, I utilize the exact same psychology with you that I'm going to teach you how to use with your buyers, sellers, and Eileen, your realtors. Okay? It's a psychology. It's a question. You got to ask questions. So when you ask that question, what's most important to you and your family about your upcoming move, you pause and you zip it. Now, what is going to happen 100% of the time, not half the time, 100% of the time, you're going to get a surface answer. What I mean by the surface answer is they're not going to dig deep into their heart and tell you the real reason. They're going to tell you the easy answer. The easy answer is, well, I want to move. That's usually what they're going to say. Well, I want to sell my house. Yeah, because I want to buy a bigger house. They might even give you that. Oh, I want to buy a bigger house. This is when you play the why game, okay? You ask them why. You just put in what they said and you ask them why on that. So if you say, Warren, what's most important to you and your family about this upcoming move? And you say, well, Dan, I want to move. Okay, great, Warren. Tell me why do you want to move? You see how I just said what he said and now I'm asking him? Warren, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Warren is and role play with me, Warren. We'll actually do this live, okay? So let's start over. You can say whatever you want to say, and I'll show you how I would handle the conversation. And let's say that you're a buyer, okay, because you're working on a buyer funnel, all right? So
Right.
you just came in. We're just on a coaching call. This is the first time we've had a call, all right? And I went through those questions already, because when you do a first-time home buyer, I want you guys to get those questions out real quick, okay? I see that your credit score is this. I see that you've been working here. I see that you've been doing this. You do that really quick, okay? Once they pass the test, okay, then start getting into the emotional to where you can hook them in, all right? With a first-time home buyer, you don't have to use this with as much intensity as a seller, and I'll get to that in a moment, all right? Because the first-time home buyer, they're going to do whatever you ask them to do, Warren, because they want to buy a house. Do you see what I mean? But a seller, they already got the house. Then it's more of they're kind of interviewing you versus you interviewing the buyer. Does it make sense? There's a flip. Okay. So with the buyer, we're gonna say you're a buyer. You just came in. Hey, Warren, I'm so glad that we're able to talk today. How you doing today, Warren?
Doing well.
Okay, awesome. I wanted to ask you, and now again, remember, Warren, I've asked you those 3 questions. I already know your credit, your work. You're good, right? I know that stuff. But now I'm going to ask you, okay, Warren, what's most important to you and your family about this upcoming move?
Oh, we just kind of thought we'd move.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, and own a house. Okay. Well, why did you just feel like wanting to move and want to own a house?
Well, we had heard that there might be good interest rates on a loan.
Yeah. Kind of curious. So, what does that have to do with you owning a house? Like, what does the interest rate have to do with that?
Well, we were going to borrow some money. We don't have enough.
Oh, I got it. So you're going to be getting a loan then for the house.
Yes.
And you know that interest rates are low. Okay, I get it. So yeah, you could probably get a house for a pretty inexpensive price, right?
Well, hoping.
You were hoping. What kind of monthly payment were you hoping to get?
Well, we just kind of looking at the cost of the house. What kind of options do you have there for me?
Yeah, well, it really depends on what you qualify for. But let's talk about you and what was most important to you. Like, why do you want to have a house that's got an affordable payment? Why is that important to you?
Well, I'm tired of just putting money in a landlord's pocket.
Okay, you see how he just started to open up, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I got where I need to go with Warren. There were some weird questions, and Warren's kind of being a little rough on me. But that's okay. But I got him to where I need him right now. What did you said the landlord's pocket, okay? I said, oh, well, that makes sense. How long have you been renting and paying the landlord, Warren?
Well, it's well nigh on to 5 years now.
Wow. Have you seen the increase in the value in that house? Have you looked at Zillow or anything? Do you know how much that house has went in value, up in value in the last 5 years?
Oh, I've looked a little, but I didn't look back very far.
Yeah. I can just imagine. I mean, some of the houses in our area are going up about $50,000 a year. So if you do it over 5 years, I mean, that's a lot that you could have captured. Now I understand. Is that really why you want to buy a house? You want to make some money and make some retirement?
Yeah, it's we every year we get a little older and just looking for some stability and just getting into something of our own.
Yeah. Why do you need the stability, Warren? And see, he gave me something else, and I'm going to jump right on it. Why do you need the stability, Warren?
Well, that's just kind of a basic human need, really.
Yeah. Do you guys are you not having the stability now?
Well, when you're renting, you never really know for sure how things are going to get taken care of. And, obviously when you're living in somebody else's house, they could ask you to leave. So it just, it's just a little different than when you own.
Yeah, I completely understand. I've got Warren now. He's my client. Okay. Lenders, realtors, they don't have this conversation. I'm just telling you guys right now, they don't do this. What did it take me? 2 extra minutes? But I just got Warren at some level emotionally invested in me. I don't need to go any deeper with Warren. I can feel through the phone. He's my client. At that point, Now I'm going to take him to the next step. If I'm a realtor, I'm going to send him to the lender to get pre-approved is what I'm going to do. If I would be the lender, let's say, we have Kelly that's not here today, he would then go right into the application and he would get that set up. Do you guys see how there's an emotional conversation here with a buyer? It's a little different than what you would expect or what you would think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to do a seller. All right. Now, Debbie,
Yes.
can we role play together as a seller?
Do we have to? I'm
I'll
kidding.
pick somebody else. How about Eileen? Eileen, do you want to role play with me as a seller?
Sure.
Okay. So just
Okay,
play the
then,
game with me.
Eileen.
You can be rough, you can be easy, whatever you want. It don't matter. Okay. But I'm going to show you in this right here. You got to go deeper and you got to be more involved with this. You got to turn the intensity up because remember, I'm talking to you, Eileen, that already owns a home. You already have more success in the real estate market than not as a realtor, but as a homeowner than Warren does because he doesn't own a home. You see the difference here? So
Yeah.
now the conversation is a little longer and it's deeper and it's more intimate. So we get on the phone, you're a seller lead. And I say, Eileen, I'm so glad that, we're on this call today. I want to help you. I noticed that you came in on one of our ads talking about how you can sell your home for top dollar inside of 21 days and not spread the coronavirus around, and get multiple offers. So I know that's what you want. Let me just make sure, though, and check in with you. Is that really what you need?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
good.
why I responded.
Good. So tell me a little bit more about that. What's most important to you and your family about your upcoming move?
Probably pricing the house right so that it goes right away.
Hold on, time out for a second. Don't act like a realtor. Act like a homeowner.
I was
Okay.
thinking as a homeowner, that's what I would want to know.
Okay, good. No problem. So say it again.
I just want to get the right price
You want to get the right price. I got
right
it.
at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. I am going to dig deep right here, guys. Okay? Because the right price is not enough. I've got no emotion to this right now. I just got a money conversation. A money conversation is not going to work. I can't get her to sign my listing agreement or get her to let me come to her house to get her to sign my listing agreement right now. You guys see how we don't have her yet?
Right.
So I'm going to say, okay, Eileen, why is it important to you to get the right price?
So that I can get it over with right away. I want to make the move and I want to price it right so that it's done.
I got it. So is it more important to get it done quickly or is it more important to get the right price?
Aren't they the same thing?
Not necessarily.
Price.
Not necessarily because, if you wanted to discount it, you're going to be able to sell it a lot faster. You know that.
No, I need to get the right price.
You need to get the right price. Okay, so that's the most important.
Yeah.
Okay, so help me out, just understand this a little bit more because I want to be able to help you. Now, this is where they might get a little antsy because you're kind of asking them question after question after question. So check in with them and just let them know. Tell them the reason why you're asking the questions. Eileen, the reason I'm going to ask you a couple more questions about this is because I really, really need to understand exactly why this is important to you so I can help you the best. Okay, because there's a lot of different ways we can sell your home. So tell me why it's important to you for you to get the most money out of this, the highest price. Why is that?
Because I'm moving to another house and I need all of the cash I can to keep my payments down.
Okay, and keep the payments down. Okay. Are you guys on a fixed income or how does your income look?
Pretty much fixed income, yeah.
Fixed income. Okay. When you're buying this house, are you going to be upgrading? Once you sell and buy the new house, are you going to be upgrading or downsizing?
It's about even. We're
It's
moving
about even.
to another town.
I got it. Okay. I see. And when you're able to get the highest price, what's that going to do for you guys?
Let us get into the nicest home we can in a new city.
I got it. In a new city?
Mm-hmm. In new state.
Okay. I got it. Now she just gave me something that I'm going to jump all over, guys. She just gave me a new city and a new state. Do you see how she was kind of hemming around? Now, we're role playing, so this isn't a real conversation. But do you see how now I have a target? Now I know there's an emotional thing here. The reason that she's moving to another city or state It's not just because they just put their feet up one day and decided to do it. There's something happening in her life. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be a positive thing, but I need to know that. So now I'm going to dig deep and find out why she wants to move to a new city. So I'm going to ask her, okay, Eileen, that's awesome. So why did you guys decide to move to a new city?
Because we want to be around my grandchildren before they
Oh.
grow up.
Bingo.
She just gave me the gold,
Yeah.
guys. No, I just got it. And if you remember, it was weird and uncomfortable at the beginning, just like it was with Warren. Now I got it. She just gave me the gold. She did.
She just sold out.
Yeah. You just sold the Cadillac, Warren. You know what I mean? They came in looking for a Honda Accord, and you just sold them a Cadillac because now you know. All right? So I'm going to jump all over that. This is how I'm going to jump on this, okay? Watch this. Okay, that's awesome. So tell me about the grandkids.
I'd love to. They're 4 and 6 and just starting first grade, and they live in San Luis Obispo, and we're really excited to move down there.
I got you.
This is the truth, so it's easy.
Yeah, yeah. So you want to move down there, and obviously you want to spend more time with the grandkids. That's awesome. Have you been able to spend time with them so far?
We drive down or fly down every couple of months, yes.
Every couple of months. But I guess it's just not enough time with them. That's why you want to move.
Yeah, they and us both want us to be part of their life.
Yeah, yeah. Did you have a lot of time with your grandparents when you grew up? No,
I didn't care much for them.
you didn't care. I see. If she would have answered, here's the reason I asked that question. If she would have answered no, I didn't have a relationship with my grandparents, I would flip it and get her to understand the reason subconsciously she wants to have time with her grandkids is because she didn't have time with her grandparents. And if I do that, I hook her so hard emotionally that now that she's my client, for sure, guaranteed, she ain't going nowhere. She's not going to ask me, she's not going to hem and haw on price, on my commission. She's not going to do any of that because now it's not even about me being a realtor. It's about me finding out why she wants to move. So now I found out why she wants to move. This is when I then close and get the commitment. I say, okay, Eileen, well, I want to spend a little bit more time with you on this and make sure that you being able to move and spend time with the grandchildren is exactly what you get to have happen. And I want to make sure the plan is set up right. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to sit down with you and your husband and really talk with you guys about making sure that this plan becomes a reality. I want to go through every single step of the process, and I don't want to do this over the phone. I want to actually meet you guys and make sure that everyone's on the same page. Would it be okay if I came by tomorrow? I've got a couple different slots available. Now, if you've noticed, I've talked nothing about her house. I haven't asked her what she owes. I haven't asked her for her address yet. All realtors go, hey, how much do you owe? What's the address? Why? Because you want to know how much room is there. Don't do that. I've just emotionally attached me coming over to help Eileen and her husband see the grandkids. Do you see the difference here? It's a completely different show. I'm not coming for a listing appointment or a listing consultation. I'm coming almost as a friend or as a coach to help Eileen and her husband spend time with their grandkids. When I show up, I'm obviously going to have the listing agreement ready. And I'm going to do everything I can to run comps to know how much the house is worth because she's going to have to give me the address. I'm going to ask her for the address right at the end when, we have the appointment set, when I give her the 2 slots I have available. And then I'm going to show up not knowing what she owes. I don't care what she owes. Obviously, you might waste a little bit of time. You might want to work in and ask how long someone's owned their house. Just to kind of have an idea. Well, if they just bought it last year, they might not have enough room to sell. But if someone's been there for 5 years, you're going to already know. They have enough room. Especially now, you guys got to realize something as realtors, and I'm going to talk from a lender's perspective right now. You can't do cash out transactions above 80% on FHA and conventional right now. So what that means is that if someone bought a house, let's say 2 years ago, they should have enough equity to be able to pay the real estate commissions and sell their house, depending on the marketplace. They wouldn't have had an opportunity to pull the cash out in 2 years. And the reason why, because if the house is worth 100,000, I'm using round numbers here. If the house is worth 100,000, they owe 60,000 on it because they put, let's say, a big down payment. They'd only be able to pull 20,000 out. They would still have that 20,000. They'd only go to 80,000 loan amount versus 100,000 what it's worth to be an 80% loan to value. You can't go in this marketplace right now to 100% loan to value on a cash out transaction. They can't pull the money out. So if you know someone's been there for a couple of years, they have room. They do. And they're going to be able to pay the commissions. They're going to be able to still have some money to be able to move for the grandchildren. Are you guys with me on that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can't remember how many years ago because it's such a blur in the lending business for me. There was a time where we could go to 100% cash out. I don't remember how many years ago it was. Eileen, you probably remember that. You probably show up to a listing appointment and they got no room, but they've owned the house for 10 years. You're like, how do you have no room? Oh, we just did a refi last month and we took out all the cash. You know? Happens all the time. Debbie, do you remember that back then?
Yeah, I think it was 2005.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I don't remember maybe that's it. I don't remember the
Anything.
exact, yeah,
You could do
something like that.
2005.
Right.
Now we don't have that problem. So when you go for a listing, you don't have to worry about that because you're going to have room as long as they've been there. If they've only been there for 12 months, you're probably not going to have room.
Right.
It's going to be really hard to squeeze 6% on a full list with 12 months worth of equity. You know, that's going to be tough.
So Dan, what are those the 5 or 10 questions you ask on the questionnaire before you take the call? If not the house equity and
With a seller or a buyer?
seller.
With a seller, I'm going to want to know first off how long they've been there is my first question. Because if I know how long they've been there, then I'm going to know exactly if they have room or not. I'm going to be able to do that automatically. So that's going to be the first question. The second question, then I'm going to find out what they're doing. Are they upgrading or downgrading? Because I want to know, okay, they're selling, and then are they going to buy, or are they going to buy here, or are they going to move out of town? I want to know what kind of opportunities I have for them. And if they say that they're going to buy here in town, or they say they're going to buy out of town, I'd also ask them if they've spoke with a lender and make sure that they're qualified, or that they know that they'll be qualified, is another question that I always would ask. And the reason why I would ask that is because you don't want to get in a situation to where you do all the work, you get someone ready, you get someone into contract, a buyer's ready to buy the house that you have listed, and then the sellers back out because they can't qualify for a new loan. Have you ever had that happen to you, Eileen or Debbie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens a lot. And the real reason why it happens is because that conversation wasn't had at the beginning. And, you know, not you personally doing it, but you making sure that they're qualified. Because I'm telling you right now, I've heard this story quite a few times with agents that I work with now, is that it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the questions, Eileen, that I make sure I ask. And I really kind of dig deep on that is, are you sure you're going to be able to qualify? And then tell them the truth. I don't want to sell your house if you can't purchase another one unless you want to rent. You know, just be upfront with them. Those are really I don't really always ask 5 structured questions, but those are the couple that I make sure of. And then I get into that emotional thing. And then I ask them, Eileen, so tell me what's most important to you and your family about this upcoming move. And then I do exactly what I did with you with them. And it works every time, every single time. The one key thing that is very important is that you have to ask the uncomfortable questions until they open up. Warren did it and Eileen did it. And we're role playing. If you're not role playing, I think it's actually easier because you're not on guard. Like when you're role playing, you're like, oh my God, other people are watching me, you know, like I'm on guard. What do I say?
Right.
But when you're just having a conversation, it's a lot easier. Warren, do you think you'd be able to sell cars a little differently if you were to ask questions like that versus the other ways that you've been doing it?
I think so.
Yeah. I would ask the question. You know, a lot of car salesmen are going to just try to sell you a car. I'm not trying to sell you a car. What I really need to know, Warren, is what's most important to you and your family about this upcoming car purchase. what do you need out of the car? I really need to know that first before we start looking to start driving cars. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And then I would dig and dig and dig, and I'd find out, well, we have a baby coming. Okay, well, then they're not going to get a sports car, you know, but I would keep digging. And then I would have that emotional thing, you know, so then when you're at the negotiation table, I would straight up, I would use all that, not against them, but for them. And I would say, okay, well, you told me you needed to buy this car because of this, 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 and this. And you told me once you bought the car, this would change in your life, this would change at work, this would change at home. So aren't those things important to you? I don't understand. I'm kind of confused. You see what I mean? Then they're going to look at you like, oh, he's not trying to sell me a car. He's trying to sell me my dream. Because that's all we're doing here is we're selling people dreams.
Right.
That's all we're doing. Does that make sense? You getting a lot out of that? I hope you are.
Yes.
Mhm.
And you can use this at whatever level you feel confident using it at. I get ridiculous with this, okay? When I'm on an enrollment call with a realtor, and you guys probably even felt this, some of you did when we were talking, I will do whatever it takes. If I know that you need more leads and more structure and you need this program, I'll do whatever it takes to get you in the program because I know you need it. I don't have to keep selling these programs. I'm just telling you guys right now. The reason I'm doing it is because it fulfills me emotionally, helping you guys. But just realize I'll go to whatever lengths. I'll get uncomfortable. You know, Grant Cardone is someone that I spend a little bit of time listening to. And he talks about this all the time. He talks about getting ridiculous when you're selling.
Yeah.
Get ridiculous.
Yes.
Debbie, have you heard Grant Cardone?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. He will go overboard. His
Yes.
team is trained to go overboard. Why? Because if they get off the phone, you lose them. Same thing with this, with buyers and sellers. If you can't get their commitment, you're going to lose them. More chances than not. So does anybody have any questions with what we went over so far?
No.
Okay.
So Dan,
Yes, you ready?
I emailed you my link to the Dan at Lifestyles, and then I also sent you another email with the free guide, so you don't have to log in, or I don't know. I just sent it to you if you wanted to show it.
Yep, that's perfect. I'm going to move on. Does anyone else have any other questions about what we went over so far?
Not questions, just where can I reinforce this line of thinking?
Okay.
You know, with what you've just brought, because it is an area where I struggle. Like I said last week, you know, I go for the throat, and I know I do, but I don't. I have struggled with how to. If I don't feel like I'm doing anything. I feel like I'm. So yeah, I need this line of thinking that where we've been. I like it. I just need to reinforce it in my mind and work with it in my mind.
Okay. So that's a great question.
TED Talk?
What did you say?
The TED Talk on getting to why?
Yeah, a TED Talk, getting to why is a good one.
I
But
thought you said TikTok. Sorry.
yeah, I thought she said TikTok too. I'm like,
Me too.
I haven't gotten into TikTok yet.
Yeah, but either.
So, you know, first off, I want you to look at it in a different perspective. Here's a perspective I want you to view it as. Take the sales thing away from this conversation and talk about you helping the person. Here's the truth, okay? And this is the God's honest truth. This is not anything to do with sales. This is the real truth. I'm going to go back to Eileen, okay? If she wants to literally sell her house because she wants to see her grandkids more and she wants to relocate there, if I don't know that, I'm not going to be able to do as good of a job if I don't know that. That's the first part of this conversation that I want you to realize. So knowing your customer and knowing your client to the fullest at an emotional level will actually make you perform better for them.
Hmm.
First thing that I want you to put your mind around is that with everyone on this call, I've had conversations personally with each one of you before you've gotten on this call, because I need to know what it is that you really need and why you need it, for a couple of different reasons. One of the reasons is so I can help you better. That's the main reason. The second reason is so I can keep you motivated, because I know each one of your stories. I know that you need this because of X. You need this because of Y. You need this because of those reasons. If I don't know those reasons, I can't help you and I can't keep you motivated. Does that kind of make it a little bit of a different view for you on this?
It does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Also, going right for the throat. I had a woman, okay, I'm going to tell you something that's really funny, okay? And this is the car dealership, okay? And you're going to probably get a chuckle out of this. I'm on this call with this gal, and I asked her, I said, tell me one thing. How do you feel when you go to a used car lot? Tell me how you feel with that experience, okay? This is the word that came out of her mouth. She goes, I feel totally violated. And when she said that, I was like, yeah, that's about right. Debbie, do you agree with us?
Yeah. The reason I laugh, my husband sells cars, so I'm laughing because he goes through it all the time.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We need to flip the game here, okay? I'm not saying that it's bad what you're doing in the car business, okay? I can't say that enough. That's one way of doing things, and that's fine. When we come to real estate, you can't have them feel violated, because what happens is they won't buy, they won't sell. If they feel like you're selling, if they feel like you're taking advantage at the smallest degree, they're not going to buy. The difference with the car business and the real estate business is they will still buy the car, even if they feel like they're getting taken advantage of, because they need the car, like they need it today.
Right.
If they show up and their car's broken and they need to get to work tomorrow, and they'll literally pay more. And as a salesman, if you find that out, you charge them more, because you know you can, which is just the reality. Maybe not you, but in general, the car dealership business, they'll charge more if they know someone needs to show up to work tomorrow in the new car. Like, they'll charge more. They will. So you can't have them feel that way at all, because they will not work with you. That's the mindset that you've got to understand, is that you're here not to sell them a house. You're here to help them acquire their dream. You're selling their dream to them. But you got to find out what their dream is. If you don't know what their number one goal is or their dream is, you can't do it. You can't do it at all. Eileen, this probably sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
Hmm?
With who we've met, doesn't this sound kind of familiar, how we've met?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finding out, you mean asking the questions and learning how to take the coaching call?
Yes.
Yes.
Does that help you, Warren?
Yes. So what was that source you said, Eileen?
TED Talk, Getting to Why. I can't remember the
I like those.
more TED Talk viewers than anything ever has.
And basically what you need to do, Warren, is you need to watch a couple of videos on just like what Eileen said, getting to someone's why. That's literally the topic, is getting to someone's why.
YouTube.
I think Tony Robbins has some stuff up there too. Tony
Yeah.
Robbins is really good. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Grant Cardone is not good at getting to someone's why. Okay, I'm going to be right on record and say that.
Talks
Hopefully
around
he
it.
doesn't sue me if he hears me say that, because he's got a lot more money than I do. But Grant Cardone is boom, boom, boom. Guess what Grant Cardone used to be?
What?
Car salesman.
Huh.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Grant Cardone will beat you over the head to buy his product.
Yes.
And he
he
knows
will.
it personally. Debbie, do you know? Is that what you said?
I watched some of his YouTubes and stuff, and he's very comical, I think. But
Yeah.
just
I went to 10X, the 10X conference this year, right before the coronavirus hit. It was Grant Cardone's deal.
uh-huh.
He had, I think, 10,000 people there, a pretty big event.
Wow.
Okay. Here's the crazy thing, all right? I've never been to an event to where the person that's putting on the event, Grant Cardone, goes up on stage And within 6 minutes, already selling something to 10,000 people. Within 6 minutes. Warren, you think you go for the throat? You got nothing on Grant Cardone.
Right.
Grant Cardone. It's just crazy. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can't believe I'm watching this because I'm watching it with a different lens. I'm watching it with a lens of being a coach and an enrollment coach and an internet marketer and actually someone that does seminars, you know, myself. So that's a no-no, but he pulled it off because he just does it. And the offer that he made was so irresistible that I know a huge percentage of the building bought his offer within the first 6 minutes. Because it was like a $59.99 a month subscription offer that he made.
Wow.
It was a no-brainer. And what did he do emotionally? He got people to buy something. Because then when he asked for 10 G's or 2,000, they're going to buy it because they've already pulled out the credit card. It was crazy what he did. Anyway, I'm going to go over to Lori right now. We're going to see her ad. This is your new ad?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. I'm going to share my screen.
it's still in review, so.
Okay. Okay, so can everyone see my screen okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, beautiful. It's a great day to find your dream home. Download the Move Once formula that will unlock the secrets of finding your next home. Okay, so here's the one thing. That is a pretty bold way of running a headline. I don't know if it's going to work. You're going to have to spend money and find out, Lori.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When we talk, and I'm going to talk to you real specifically on split testing. If you don't have your CTRs strong, you need to change that headline. If the CTRs are strong, leave the headline. But that is
Okay.
the first thing that I want you to just be on radar on because it's different, okay? I'm just going to say it's different. Hopefully it's different good, might be different bad, okay? You see how Eileen, she has the live link right here, right after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you tired of looking at the house after house to be disappointed when you bid out bid, which is completely what's happening in Pasadena? I work with Matt Peters over at Keller Williams, and here's the conversation that me and Matt have. Well, you got me this pre-approval letter for $650,000 for these people. I don't really think it's going to work. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because the house is listed at 600. It's probably going to close at like 675. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, because these bidding wars and stuff, like people bid it up so high, you know, it might not work. And I'm like, okay. So that's the environment Lori's in. Just I wanted to put some color on that. That sentence right there is talking right to the buyer's and seller's problem. Want to move, but too afraid to list your home because you won't find what you want in time. That is exactly what their problem is. She's nailing it. Download the Move Once formula to answer your problems. Perfect. I love this ad copy. There's the link again. Bill used this formula, and we were able to find a home that was not yet listed on the MLS. The transaction was easy because there was no competition, and both buyer and seller got what they desired without pressure of rushing. So the timing was flexible on both ends to have a successful close. Download the Move Once formula. You got to have the link right here, right at the.
Oh, I got to put it right there too again. I thought because it's on the Learn More. Okay, I'll put it there one more time. And then also okay, 3. Also what I want to do as well, which I didn't have time to really like do it, but I'll go back and edit it. I want to add some emojis in there and make it colorful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like
You
the
have a lot of
download
emojis,
link,
Brad.
a home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. A home,
Yeah.
smiley faces, funny faces, whatever you think will go with your ad copy, throw them in there. Because what that does is, and most of you are probably thinking, gosh, that's so unprofessional. It is. That's what we want. We want it to look at some point unprofessional, but not too unprofessional. Because then they're like, oh, this is not a sales thing. Yeah, okay, there's an emoji. I'll keep reading. And once you get them to read, then you hook them in. This Learn More button, these links should all go to the same page. Let's see.
Yes.
Learn More. Beautiful. Now, her view is different because I'm sure it's optimized on the phone. I know. I saw this one. It's optimized on the phone good.
Yeah.
Are
you going to share the video?
I will.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to see I just wanted to see this and make sure that they're all going to the same spot.
Oh, and I also changed the language too is different, like on there too. I kind of go a little further deeper into the Move Once formula type thing.
I don't know how. Is it this one? There it is. Okay. I like everything. Let's watch the video. You guys ready for the video?
Yes.
All right.
The Move Once formula that will unlock the secrets on finding.
Oh, you got to go back.
Here we go.
It's a great day to find your dream home. Download the Move Once formula that will unlock the secrets on finding your next home. Are you tired of looking house after house and then in the end just to get outbid? Or want to move but too afraid to list your home because you won't be able to find another home you absolutely love in time? Download the Move Once formula, the solution to your problems. Bill used this formula and we were able to find him unlisted homes that were not yet listed on the MLS. And the transaction, it was easy because there was no competition and both buyer and seller, they got what they wanted without the pressure of rushing. So the timing, it was flexible on both ends to have a successful close. So download the Move Once formula to see if we can find your next dream home.
Love the video.
Very nice.
There's one thing that I'm still seeing that you got 95% better and there's 5% left that you can fix. Okay? But
Yeah.
this is going to run. Do you know what I'm going to say?
Background.
Nope.
Oh.
Background's cool.
Finger
I
point.
like the background. You look down a couple times.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
super
because
critical.
you know what? It's because the sun was getting my eyes, and
Yeah.
I tried really hard not to.
Yeah, you did an excellent job. I just want to be super critical and tell you that the second that like watch right now. So I'm looking right into your guys' eyes right now. I'm looking right into my lens. The second I go like this and then go back, there's just a little bit of a loss. And if I've only got you guys for 1.5, 2 minutes, and I do this and then I come back, or I go here and I come back, there's just a small little disconnect. And I just don't want you guys to have, especially you, Lori, anybody, but especially a good video like this, you don't have any disconnect whatsoever. Okay? But that looks great. So then let's click through it real quick. So again, a lot of times, depending on the size of the picture, it will look like this on this view, and I know this for a fact, and then the picture will be on top and it will be inside the fold on your phone. And I looked at Lori's myself on my phone, and it's perfect. Move Once formula. So here's one thing that I noticed that I didn't say before, but I'm going to say now, Lori, when I was looking at this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell them to download the Move Once formula. If you don't tell them to move the Down Once formula,
Oh yeah. Tell me where to send this email, or tell me where to send this Move Once formula to. Which address is best for the Move Once formula, right?
You can do that, but let me show you. It's going to take me too long to find it. What I want you guys to look at is the Move Once formula. Let's find your dream home. You're not given a call to action here. So you can put literally download the Move Once formula. You could just put the word download there, right on the top.
Can I do DL? You think people will get DL?
I don't think everyone will get DL. You're going to lose some of your audience.
Okay.
I think the
I'm
younger
just thinking.
crowd will
I'm
get
just
it.
thinking space on the iPhone. I'm afraid if that line is too long, it might push it down.
Shrink the picture then. Shrink the picture, make it smaller. You need more direction there.
Okay.
Once we download it, let's check it out. Okay.
That's an ugly picture.
It's a good picture. You're
I look
talking.
like I have buck teeth.
No.
Well, you can change it if you're worried about it. And this is inside the fold in the phone, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why the font is so small on the top.
You're missing something here. I want you to give some direction. Why did I? Hold on a second. Okay, now I can't find that. You're missing a little something on the coaching call page here. I want you to put a call to action here where my mouse is, okay? I want you to say, book your free coaching, what did you call it here?
I call it the coaching call.
Yeah. So I would put right here, book your free coaching call now. Watch the video below or something. You have to put something here. You got to realize something. People won't do anything if you don't tell them what to do, especially online. You got to tell them what to do. Okay? So make sure you tell them exactly what to do. This right here, it doesn't tell me what to do.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know you don't want to hear that. I know you're like, man, I did all this work. I'm just being honest.
No. I appreciate it. It's just simple little tweaks.
Yeah. And the simple little tweaks is what really changes everything, just to let you know.
And hers are so pretty. I know it's a different marketplace, and I know people expect it to be more upscale, I guess.
This is Kartra. This is a template in Kartra.
Yeah, but when I was listening to the videos by Ryan and all the pizzazz he puts and outlining the letters and, making it more of a hot product, what tests better? The gaudiness of like your...
Great question, Eileen. It depends on the audience. So we've noticed with realtors like the gaudiness. They just do. I don't know why. They like it to pop out. We've noticed buyers, they'll go either way. We've noticed sellers, they like clean more than they like the gaudy. Lori, you're going to have to find out in your audience what they like better. When you start testing, which is the last thing that we clean up, we talk a little bit more about this next week, is the testing, okay? And with the testing, you're going to look at this, and like Eileen mentioned, it's really clean, right? You can make things pop, like you can make these words stand out. Ryan from my team has done videos in working with Kartra and stuff in there in the bonus vaults and stuff in the Perfect Client Marketing System. He talks about what he does with the letters. Okay, so Lori, that's another thing that if you were a part of our call, I think it was last week or the week before, we talked about optimizing your funnel. If you get a lot of good CTR and then all of a sudden your opt-in is 20%,
yeah,
make these letters pop. Make the call to action more prevalent, make it more obvious, like take a hammer and beat someone over the head with it to get them to opt in kind of situation is what I mean. And not literally, but what I mean by that is if you have the letters pop and you're literally like with arrows and like, you could even make arrows in that. We've even tried arrows, give us your email address and we'll give you the formula. Like we've even done that before. That's completely unprofessional, but we tried it and it gave us a good result. And then actually the people that showed up on the funnel, they weren't as professional. It was really weird how that happened.
Really?
But we got what we asked for, So just realize that, yes, you can make things pop. I want you to try it this way because I think this is going to be good for your market. Another thing, Lori, how long have you lived in Pasadena?
Well, I personally lived there for 20 years, but my family has been there since 1904.
Oh my gosh. So you being there for 20 years, you've got a good pulse on what's normal in Pasadena?
Yeah. Well,
So-
the new normal, I should say right now.
Yes. But the new normal, though, online is what you've created, hopefully.
Yes.
But you're going to have to test and figure that out. This right here, I wouldn't run it this clean in Vegas. I'd make stuff pop. People are
Okay.
wild in Vegas. People in
Yeah.
Pasadena like go to bed on time and get up early. People in Vegas, they don't go
You
to
know what I
bed.
can do also? I can do an effects on the fonts as well. I can make it fly in.
You could do that if you wanted. Yeah.
To add movement.
I don't like that as much. It's
Okay.
I think too much, but that's just my opinion. You can test it.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
all right, so we're gonna finish up now, guys. I want you to, Warren, take a stab at this because I need something to help you with, and Debbie, I
Okay.
need something to to have to work with so we can look at this and I
Okay.
can make it better for you guys. All right.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and do the Facebook thing and the online phone like Lori suggested and see what I can do because it's been such a pain in the butt to try and get something other than my business page and my personal page. So I'm trying to get that, but it's just the phone number and email and all that crap.
What I would recommend, Debbie, is to
Uh-huh.
spend your time on writing the ad copy and getting that stuff set up. Even making an opt-in page through Kartra and letting me look at that.
Okay.
That other stuff is stuff that's important and you got to get it done. But to utilize me the best, you want me to look at your ad copy. You want me to actually get people to want to be interested in reading and going through your stuff.
Okay.
I think that would be the best use of your time in my opinion. Warren, let's do what you can to get a video out, okay?
Okay.
And get some more stuff over, all right? So then, tomorrow, next week is our last week together, and we'll. I want to be able to give you guys everything I can.
I have a question, Dan. Are we still going to have access to your videos that you have on your website?
Oh yeah.
The lifestyles thing? Okay,
Yeah, the
good.
lifestyle
We're
is
still going to have access to that because I go back and I look at those all the time when I'm
Yeah,
not
the
busy with
Academy-
clients.
You guys have lifetime access to the Academy.
Okay, great.
So yeah, whenever you guys need it, it's there. You also have email access for life with us as well. So you guys can send us emails all the time.
Okay.
And so we're always going to be there. But you guys, like I said, you have me. You have me for an hour and a half, 2 hours next week. Let's get it done. Okay.
Okay.
So I will see you guys next week. Have a beautiful week, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Dan.
All right.
Dan.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Dan, before you hang up,
Yes.
I found out yesterday, I sent you an email, you probably didn't have a chance to read it, but Ryan told me yesterday that I should not be using the same logo and name for the agents. One's B2B and one's B2C.
Yeah.
And I did everything on the Housing Mentor, which is the buyer funnel, so I have to change it. And I just found that out late yesterday. So everything you looked at, all of the names have to be changed, all the colors, all the links, everything has to be changed. And I have to get a new page and put the ad on a different page. So I came up with Agents on Fire, and I can't have that URL. So I sent you a couple of URLs. One is The Agents on Fire, and one is Agents/on Fire, and one is RE Agents on Fire. And I wanted to know which of the titles do you think works best?
What was the first one again?
Well, Agents on Fire is what I want it to be, but the URL, when I go to GoDaddy, I have to do a dash. Agents-on Fire is the first one. A second one is The Agents on Fire. A third one is RE Agents on Fire.
I would do the Agents on Fire and use the dash.
Okay, that's
Agents
what I
on
needed
Fire,
to
in
know.
my opinion, sounds great.
Okay, use the dash for the URL. Okay,
Yep. All right.
it's going to take me 2
Talk to you
weeks.
guys soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.